Hey up, everyone. For those on the live or those watching on the replay.
Stop. Hey.
The facts of the case through the presentation of evidence, depositions, and that, you know, no matter how, well, especially for someone like Meghan, and you feel like you can't fight a lot of money sometimes and a lot of power, that there's a justice system that will work for you and stick to the truth and defend you. Thank God we have the Constitution, and I think I was a great lawyer, but more than that, I have the truth, and God is watching.
So was it hurtful to you when your sister says she doesn't even know who you are, didn't grow up with you?
Yeah. But, you know, people change, they have agendas, they have other things influencing their lives, and you know, it doesn't change reality. It doesn't change my heart. I mean, I think I'm a lot stronger than that. But it's sad. And so, but I think she's got to live with that. And hopefully someday she can embrace the truth and a better part of herself. I would want that for her. But until then, you know, I have to get back a lot of my life that was lost from a lot of damage over several years. And all we can do is move forward, faith, God, truth, and positivity. I think really.
Can you talk about some of the damage it's done to your life?
Well, I'm a mental health counselor by degree. I mean, I was never on a fixated person's list. I was never slamming anybody. I never wrote a slamming tell-all. Anybody who's read my book knows it's more of a sociological book about social labels. The title, as a matter of fact, wasn't even a jab at her. It was a mockery of social labels because the media had previously called her Princess Pushy. And I was talking about how injurious social labels can be. In my book, I dealt with it with disability. I dealt with it being a pudgy teenager. And I was born in 1964 during the implementation of the Civil Rights Act. So my purpose really as a counselor and as a human being was to show where we've come as opposed to how far we have to go with those social labels, with our egos, with social strain from the Civil Rights Act through today. And I think now it's really important because we're dealing with that on so many levels. And without getting too political, I mean, I think we have a problem with identity politics right now and social strain. And my book touched on that. So the timing was really weird. It seems like that issue has exploded socially since I wrote my book. But one of the reasons I wanted to be a counselor and my degrees were important to me was because I was hoping that someday I could, even if I was disabled, that I could write, and I could write something I cared about and that mattered. And that book matters to me, and how the world has changed matters to me. So just so everybody knows, it was never a slamming tell-all. That's just something tabloids said.
So can we just clear something up for the record? Would you say you helped raise Meghan Markle?
I never said that. Tabloids said that. My brother and I were very clear that we were integral in her life until 12. We taught her how to walk. We birthed her. We picked up blueberries all over the floor. We took her to school. We went to the duck pond. We were normal brothers and sisters. But nobody ever saw me say, I raised her. My dad and Doria raised her. I think, you know, it's crazy to say that teenagers would raise a kid. So anybody with a functioning frontal lobe would know, Samantha never publicly said that, saying we were integral in her life until 12 and we're normal brothers and sisters is very different from saying we raised her. I never said I raised her. So for that to be said on the show or in tabloids, I was like, you guys got to stop trying to put words in my mouth. I mean, it was really injurious.
Why do you think in your heart and your mind that she would leave you out of her life story? Like,
I can't comment on that. I mean, I think she's got to figure that out. But you know, all I can say is the facts will speak, the evidence will speak, and I look forward to laying it all out at the table.
Do you think it was fitting that her lawyers were changing your quotes? I thought that was pretty telling.
Yeah, that was cheesy. That was low blow. And to generalize something like saying, what have they changed? They changed a lot of things, but to say, I think she changed her name only when, and then to say, I think when she was in her 50s, I think was about when she was in her 50s. It wasn't about the whole thing. The whole thing was not a matter of opinion. So, you know, people can do terrible things. And, you know, if I come out and say, you guys are all part of a hate group, and you're getting death threats, and there's 50 million viewers, and worldwide your reputation is toast, I guarantee you're going to sue me for saying you were part of a hate group without any evidence of that, because it had no merit. Defending my father and speaking the truth about our family does not make me part of a hate group. Speaking the truth is not hateful, unless it's the truth about people who are trying to hide things. But defending my father through 2 heart attacks in the stroke, and pointing out things that were not true doesn't make me part of a hate group. I think the truth is not hateful. I think the truth is just the opposite. We have to speak the truth. And some people won't like that. So.
Well said. We support you, Samantha. We love you. Yeah, you got this. Thank you. There you are, guys. We're live. I hope you can hear it. The sound's not great. I'm going to see if I can get a comment. So just so you guys know, they're waiting for a written decision. So nothing was decided. I'm going to run through what sort of I saw in the courtroom, but her lawyers are here as well. Meghan's lawyers left pretty quick. You guys have any comment?
We thought it went really well. And, you know, the judge really listened to everything, asked very poignant questions.
Yeah.
I think the judge got the meaning of what was said and the different statements. And really, as Peter said, you know, really, if you take them soul by soul, you got to really kind of read the whole context, really what was being said.
I was most surprised, like Meghan's team guys were live. Meghan's team literally like were changing the quotes in the stuff. And you guys caught that, of course, and ran with it. And it was very effective for me. And she noticed that too. The judge was clear, like, why the word only, it was very important, no?
Yeah, I think that's, you know, only, and she changed her name. Oh, she only changed her name on that specific date was an important thing.
Yeah.
It's not saying, it's saying specifically when she started dating Harry is when
Yes.
she changed her name. So yeah, I think the judge picked up on it.
Well, how long does this usually take, just for fans to know? Like,
The last one took about 2 months for the judge to rule. So it can be anywhere from a month to sometimes 6 months. I mean, it all depends.
okay, got it.
You know, it's a lot of case law, a lot to go over.
Yes,
the other
yes.
side wants the judge to watch the Netflix. So,
Yes.
you know, whether she do it or not.
She's got to watch the whole series.
I don't know.
Oh, you think she will? No comment.
I can tell you, she definitely has a good understanding of the law and
Yeah.
what's said. But I think it was good. I mean, I think the stuff with the Netflix special was because we didn't really have an opportunity to really discuss that. So it was good. I think the judge kind of
Yes,
understood what was, you know, to us, it's almost doubling down on it,
correct.
you know, and using other people publishing it because she's in control. It's coming from Archwell.
That was brilliant because
I
there
was
was a whole
surprised.
part where they were trying to argue about Boozy, which was, I'll tell you all about it, guys. But yeah, it was brilliant because it was like the judge even asked, like, why is Meghan responsible for these? She's Archwell produced and she's the publisher of this documentary.
Right. So I mean, I think that's
Pretty self-explanatory.
fact, yeah.
And the judge noticed that, so I imagine that made you guys
Yeah.
feel good.
so it'll be. I think it's you know, ultimately there's case law in Florida that you can't be responsible for someone else's
Yes.
publishes. That was the whole thing with that finding
Yes.
finding freedom. I think.
Yes.
But here it's different because ultimately she's the one who's given the okay on it. She knows what's being said, and she could have said, "Hey, I don't want to say anything about Samantha. Just let it be."
Right.
But you know, here it is. It's more piling on, and I mean, I think Peter explained that pretty well at the hearing.
Yeah. No, Grant. I was going to see if I can get Peter for a moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can. If Peter's doing a comment, but so I'm going to try to get. Thank you for that too.
Yeah.
It's Judge
Honeywell.
Honeywell. Yes.
I'm Jamie Sassy.
Jamie, thank you, sir. Very nice work. As we'll see if we can get her other attorney. Can you hear me okay, Steph?
Yeah, we can hear you okay, Andy.
Sorry, we're outside. It's like I'm in the middle of Tampa, guys. Not the most ideal situation. but I hope she was talking a little soft, but I hope you heard that. I'm going to give you the recap. I'm going to try and get Peter Tickton, who's her lawyer, who did most of the talking. It was really great up there. And I'm going to try to get his comment quickly, too. He's talking to another press outlet. But here's Samantha's leaving. Yeah, it was overall, I would say I came in a little skeptical because I knew how hard this is to win. I'm going to keep it honest. And it is a very hard. Defamation is such a hard thing to prove, especially here in Florida. But as they were going through it, Meghan brought in big lawyers, clearly, and they just were trying to steamroll through it. And as Samantha's team finally got to step to the plate, I was really blown away. We love you, Samantha. Best of luck. We'll see you soon. There she goes. But I got to say, I was quite impressed with how it went. Let me see if I can I get a quick, we're live. I got like 2,000 people watching, and I just wanted to compliment you. You did such a great job. How are you feeling now after you've done all that?
You know, it makes a big difference as to what kind of judge you have. And Judge Honeywell is, you know, she knows the law. She's not going to get, I have decent counsel on the other side. I mean, they had to go all the way to California to get him. But
is that where you came from?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. He had to fly in.
Of course, big fancy lawyers for Meghan. I could say that.
I could say it too, but I don't know whether I should. But anyway, yes. I just did. Okay, so no, I feel very hopeful. Look.
This is a hard case to win. It is in Florida, but you guys made you made some really good arguments, and I guess, sorry not to interrupt, but I noticed the judge was feeling that, like, made a point of saying, like, yeah, Boosie's things matter because she's a publisher of the documentary, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if she tries to say she runs Archwell Publications, and that, you know, as far as I know, that's her.
Well, I'm such a fan. Like, Boosie has come after me. Like, Boosie's data is all inaccurate. Boosie's data that the Meghan's team was using to try to justify it is inaccurate and false. And so it's just frustrating to see Meghan's team up there just trying to just get through that. I mean, that must frustrate you as well.
Well, you know, this is more than just a fight for Samantha's rights. It's more than a fight for money. You know, you have to look at what we're going after here. The people who are now claiming that they have the right to say what they want are the people that are trying to curtail our rights in America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Harry, you know, comes here and says that our First Amendment is bonkers. And then what does he become? He becomes one of the 50 members of the Aspen Institute that actually decides what's misinformation for the use of the internet. So we've got a major problem in this country, and they are part of it. So this is a lot bigger than Samantha, although this case is limited to Samantha.
Well, fantastic. Any other final, I mean, overall, it should take, you said about maybe a month. It could take 6 months. We won't know, you think? She takes her time, it seems.
No. It's probably going to be about a month, and I'm very hopeful. Because we have a really good judge.
Yeah.
You know, it makes all the difference.
Yeah, so I'd love to stay in touch with you guys. You guys did a wonderful job. Let us know if we can help spread the word. There it is. Get his book, too. There it is.